So as we kind of work through this truth in the Bible and talk about this, I want you also to look at those verses on the screen and consider for a moment what they would tell us about ghosts. This is another subject we're going to broach today. If it is true that people's death is their final appearance on this earth, that they do not and cannot return, as indicated in these verses that you see on the screen, ghosts must be something else than departed people. Right? If people cannot return, as is written in God's word, if man is destined to live once and die and face judgment, then ghosts must be something other than someone who has died and come back, because that is not an option according to God's word. That is not something that might plausibly happen. So my first inclination would be to assume that what we see and think of as ghosts are spiritual beings. And there are just two kinds of those. There are angels who are performing the function that God has given them to worship and minister to the faithful, and there are Satan's angels, the fallen angels, those who have sinned and abandoned their purpose as given to them by God. Those are the only options we read of in the Bible for spiritual beings. And if we were to interact with ghosts believing that they are recently departed people, then I think we're making a very dangerous decision to do so. I would caution any person against seeking out the presence of ghosts or being entertained or curious about them or dealing with them in any regard, and I'm not alone. God tells the Israelites in Leviticus 19:31, "Do not turn to mediums or seek out spiritists, for you will be defiled by them. I am the Lord your God." This means that you should not try to deal with ghosts. That was the job of mediums and spiritists in the ancient world, was to try to deal with ghosts. In fact, we see Saul go and consult a medium to try to talk to the prophet Samuel. Amazingly, it works, and Samuel appears. This is like the only instance we have of this in the Bible, and this is not good. Samuel says to Saul he should not have done that. He breaks God's command. God's command to us is to not try to interact with ghosts or the spiritual dimension in this way. And so I would just caution you against it. Ghosts are not departed people. That's not a possibility according to God's word. And your interaction with them it may very well be an interaction with an evil spiritual being. So just be cautioned about that.